What are 6 things I wish I knew before starting my Scrum Master career? After being through the process, after talking to several people, and after taking several people through the journey, I came up with 6 things I wish I knew before starting. I would have taken lesser time through the entire process. And today I want to discuss those 6 things with you. So pay attention to the end, especially if you're still on your journey. This is going to be very helpful for those who are already in the job market. Also, this is going to help you rethink exactly what you need to do for the next step. Welcome to the Scrum Chat Room with Dr. Francis Mbunya. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. For returning subscriber, you know that we go straight to the point, we keep it simple, and we keep it real. Right, without wasting much time, we want to go ahead and start looking at these 6 different things or 6 different questions I've been asking myself. If I knew this before starting my career, I would have been somewhere so far. So you want to pay attention to this because this is definitely going to help you. Number one thing I wish I knew, I would have asked myself the question, why do I really need a Scrum job? Right? I was in project management already. Why did I not just take another step to go a bit further and grab a bigger opportunity, which could still earn me a six-figure job like Scrum or like Agile? Why do I need a Scrum job? Now, as simple as this question is, this is a question many people are not asking themselves. So you are jumping into Scrum because someone told you it's easy, because you saw someone got a job, and then you think, oh, this is the easiest route, or because you heard people can work from home. So because of that, you jump into the process without clarity. Now, the biggest challenge to success or to creating result is lack of clarity. So if you don't have the clarity onto why you are looking for a Scrum job, you might be on that job over and over again. You might be learning everything you can, but you're unable to get a job because you lack clarity. So the first thing you want to ascertain why you want a Scrum job. Now there should be a reason beyond just getting a job. Are you willing to build a career in Scrum? Because that's the motivation you need, not to quit. A lot of people have quit. I've been applying, no job, so I felt discouraged and I left it because they did not think through why they need the job. So every stuff to them, it's kind of expensive. Why? It's not worth it. Now, if you don't think about the outcome of the long-term outcome, you realize that everything become expensive for you. And that's what is happening to many people. They have not thought about, why do I want a job? Now, number two, they did not think about the interview process. Right. They did not think about the interview process. Now they thought, okay, I'm going to get a certification. I'll go get a resume and then I'll start practicing online and then I'll get a job. And many people are not even aware that in some of the Scrum position, you need to go through about 3, 4, 5 rounds of interviews in order to get the job. Now you're thinking about the process, you understand what you need to put in order to go through the process, which means that it's definitely not just listening to a couple of people saying a couple of things on YouTube and then go sitting on the interview and then thinking you're going to validate it. Right. And I was talking to someone yesterday, like, okay, whenever I get on the interview, I studied, I know that I know everything, but whenever I get on the interview up on the video call, I freeze. Right. So you need to think about, how am I going to go through this interview? Is it something I can do by myself? Is it something that I need help from somebody? A lot of people have never been in a leadership position and they're expecting to do Scrum from the comfort of their home and get the job. You need to think through the interview process. Right. Number three, the third thing that I wish I knew was the fact that, where do I learn the skills? Right. Now, when you understand what Scrum is all about, then you are going to think more about the skills that you need to learn. All right. Now, certification is definitely not all that you need, right? Certification is a validation that kind of qualify you. For everyone who have been through a form of certification, For those who have license and nursing and pharmacies and all the like, you agree with me that if you go write your board exam and you pass, that's not all about it. You need to practice. You need to know exactly what you're doing. Now, for you to know exactly what you're doing, you need to be able to go through the right certification that is necessary. Many people don't even understand what certification they need to stand out in the market. In a competitive environment, your advantage is not what you have, is what you have that others don't have. So how can you take advantage of the skills and the certification that you need to set yourself in front of the line? Right. I'll give you a very clear example. Many people within my community, in September, we had about 17 people having position. But then it's not just because they're doing a normal stuff. Most of them have gone ahead and have an ROT certification, which number one position them in front of the recruiter. Then they know how, because they've been practicing, it become easier for them. The many people, they know it, they master it, but then they don't have the right skills, they don't have the right certification that get them in front of the line. Right. So learning where to get the skills from, it's also very important. Online is gonna tell you everything. Right. So that's why sometimes we emphasize so much about fit yourself in a community. And a lot of people always say that, most of these people that are training Scrum, they're very busy. They have a lot of students. And when you get in, you will not get the support. Yeah, for about 95% of the people, that is true. But then what makes someone that understand what they're doing different from someone that's teaching? It's what? It's the process. I'll give you a clear example. If you look at the Scale Agile framework, right, we implement Scrum with Scale Agile. But what is the competitive advantage of the Scale Agile framework? Now, they have what they call the Agile Release Train. Within the Agile Release Train, they have what? They have what they call teams of teams. And every team is independent, and then they align at a particular point called the PI planning. Now, if you come to my community, that's exactly what they do, right? Which means that you definitely don't need me. You don't even need to talk to me to be able to go through the process and get a job when you come to my community. Why? There's a tailored process that helps you to get exactly what you need in less than no time. And that is why helping people is not if you know Agile, if you can talk Scrum. No, it's beyond that. Number one, you need to understand what coaching is all about. Coaching is beyond knowledge. Coaching is about more of leadership, your capability to be able to assess each and individual, understanding their need, and being able to position them to a structure where they can grow. Right? It's not about how much I can tell you, it's how I can help you identify what you need to learn and how I can direct you to learn that stuff and become who you are. So more of helping someone to be disciplined and then to be right here. Number four, many people never think about the story. Tell me about yourself. Now, as simple as tell me about yourself, it's more like lines you can write down and memorize. It have a more deeper meaning to that. And when you think about that before you ever get into a Scrum job, for people who, before they get in, they ask the right question, you realize that it takes them a shorter time. Now, because you're thinking, I need to become a Scrum Master, I don't have skills, and I need to go to an interview. How will I even defend myself? How will I get through there without experience? How am I going to start building resumes that show that I'm this, and how do I actually communicate that? Right. If you think through that and get a response to that, by the time you're getting in, you know that you're not wasting your time. For many people, by the time they go take a certification and they're like, oh, now I don't even know what to do about tell me about yourself. I don't even know what to write on this. I don't even know what to say, right? Because they never thought through that. If you say, okay, let me just first get the certification, the next thing will come. Now, these are mistakes that we are constantly making, and we really want the end result, but we have not been able to address the prerequisite that lead us to the end result. Number five, who can best support me? A lot of people don't think about that. Oh, I have a friend, a Scrum Master, I can go shadow them. Now, with all due respect to all Scrum Masters, we are going to agree that when you start working as a Scrum Master, there's a lot on your plate. Number two, you don't yet have that capacity to support someone that also need to get to that peak. Why? For you to be able to help someone go faster, you need to sit at a higher position beyond that person. Right. You need to sit at a higher position beyond that person. That's why not everybody can teach you how to drive, even though they know how to drive, right? That's why you need to go through a specific structure. Someone that, let's say, have a bachelor or have a master cannot teach you how to get a master's. There's a structure, there's a standard that you need to go through. Many people ignore that. I like, oh, my friend, I'm going to shadow my friend. I will ask them questions and all of that. And they end up getting disappointed and even getting upset with these people. Now, people who are working to be very respectful with their time, they're already overwhelmed, right? Not that they don't want to help you, they're overwhelmed with their schedule, with their tasks. So it requires someone that has pulled together a structure that can help you. What help people get through the job is not people, it's structures that have been put in place, right? If you come to my community, it's all about structure and less about me. If you follow the structure, if you come in and all you're thinking is that, oh, I need to call you anytime I have a question, oh, it's not going to help you. Now, when you come in, there is a structure which I'm going to talk about. What is the structure that can help you get a job? And that take me to my 6 point, right? That take me to my point number 6. What's the point number 6? I'm looking for that point number 6. Where can I learn the skills I need, right? So we talk about who can best support me, right? Which one is that? I think who can best support me and where can I learn the skills I need? These both of these are combined. All right, so I'm gonna tell you how you can easily learn the skills you need to get a Scrum job. If you have been looking for a Scrum job, you want to pay attention to this. Now, this is something we have seen that have helped us really create people who need a result and also help people who thought like, oh, I need a job next month to really understand that what they are thinking is just will I say an illusion? Will I say an imagination that cannot come to pass? Because by the time they go through our process, they realize that they are not fit enough. What is the process? The process is if ever you had the opportunity to join our community, the first thing is that you go through a coach assessment and the coach now position you in a community where you can first of all access your theoretical and conceptual knowledge. If you get to validate that and like, oh, you know what, a master Scrum and all of that, you are now moved to the second phase, which is the practical phase. The practical phase, you need to be able to know how to facilitate event with Jira. You need to be able to know how to facilitate a Scrum team. You need to attend all Scrum events from Monday through Friday. You need to be able to independently lead a team and facilitate without any fear. You need to be able to get in a position where a panel can interview you and you can respond with confidence, right? And now the way the structure is not structured like everybody come together and do that. No, we are structured in such a way that you are assigned to a team of less than 12 people where you can easily interact and understand, have a time that team has a coach, right? That team has a coach. And then we also have what we call our team of team meetings where everyone come together. We are learning from those who are working. Those who are working come down. Those who are in interview come. We meet twice a week and we're able to learn from each other. So it's a full practice community. It's not a community where you come see it, we do some simulations, you watch and you go. No, it's you're looking for where you want to put your hands on the skills. You want to not just learn Scrum ski, you want to learn leadership skills, you want to learn what it takes to win. Then We're inviting you to actually reach out to us, and we are going to take you through the step-by-step process. Now, a lot of people will say, okay, how long will it take me, or how long are you going to support me? Now, the good stuff about the structure we have set in place is that you have the opportunity to learn as long as possible. Right. We don't say, okay, every after 3 months you get to pay these or so. So long as you enroll, we want to assess you. We want to make sure that we help you with the skills you need. We want to make sure that if you are engaged and serious with your journey, we want to take you to the end. Right. And this is why you cannot beat the system we have. There's definitely no other community out there having what we have. Now, definitely not bragging. I'm definitely telling you the truth, right? And that's one of the stuff we give you on this panel, on this channel, or on this YouTube channel. Why? Telling you exactly what you need in order to make it. All right. Happy Thursday. I see you on the other side.